week. Get the latest local news, obituaries, police splatter, weather forecast, and more with no paywall. Head to DeWittDailyNews.com to get the local information you need to know.
Netflix buffering, YouTube spinning, devices not connecting, Zoom calls dropping. It's frustrating. Let's end your frustration by signing up for fiber internet in Clinton. Click the Connexus icon at DeWittDailyNews.com.
From the Hart Media Group newsroom and DeWittDailyNews.com, I'm Ben Hubbard with this expanded morning newscast. Good morning and thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Ben Hubbard. You're listening to the WHOW Morning Show. Housing development is becoming a micro focus of the city of Clinton's leadership. At the Tuesday night Clinton City Council meeting, City Administrator Tony Harris told the council of a phone call from a local realtor who expressed the need for more housing, with some residents unable to find housing and moving elsewhere.
I just want to let you know that I received a call from a local realtor who has confirmed that there's some Clinton residents that have moved out of the town because of the housing crisis. They can't find adequate housing and they had to go elsewhere, different towns. So I wanted to address that tonight and let you guys and the public be very aware that we are very aware of this and we are working on this. We know it's an issue. We're working on it. The mayor and I, we've had several meetings with potential developers to come up with a solution, and we are making some progress. And I also want to let you know that and this is happening very, very quickly. We don't have it on file tonight, but on Friday, John, I think we're legal on this. You can tell me if we're not, but we're going to have an inducement resolution on file on Friday to be possibly voted on at the next meeting on the 17th. And that's an inducement resolution to take advantage of the future TIF for a possible development, a subdivision development.
According to Harris, the development would be multi-unit duplexes. He explains the city is working towards establishing TIF districts for these developments, and that process continues to move quickly.
We don't want to get into too many details on it other than that is coming, that's being addressed, and that's going to be a 25 to 30 duplex units. So between 50 and 60 units.
Right, and I would just appreciate knowing you do have that set in my way.
Yeah.
I think, with it, I have to check the statute, but regardless, you're well within your time frame. There's by statute, there's certain things you have to have on file for 1 week before its passage. I haven't seen this particular resolution, so I can't speak, definitively. However, that's clearly in excess of 1 week.
So you will get that hopefully on Friday, John, and then you'll have a chance to review it. That's part of what we've been working on moving forward with this development. This resolution is going to come from our TIF consultant, and you're well aware that we've been working with the TIF consultant to try to identify areas for a TIF boundary. It's coming quicker than what we thought, so we're going to have to probably enter into a contract with her. And we've already entered into the contract for the old TIF, but we want to move forward with this new TIF. Very likely at the next meeting, you're going to get the inducement resolution and a contract for the new TIF. So I know it's coming quick, but I think that's a good thing. That means we've been very aggressive. These developers are listening. They're being very aggressive. So we want to move into it as quick as we can.
Harris also briefed the council regarding the city's effort to pay for fireworks for the planned 4th of July and America 250 celebration.
We have on file fireworks contract for this year's fireworks display, which will be on Sunday, July the 5th. We always have it on the 5th. So you've got that on file. It's a little bit more this year, basically because we have a little bit of America 250 theme that added some cost. So it's a little bit more.
Tuesday night, Clinton Police Chief Ben Lauer swore in a new officer and announced the promotion of a current officer. The council was also briefed by Harris about a potential partnership with the Clinton Rotary Club to update the city's Welcome to Clinton signs. Farmer City is joining communities across the country in planning a celebration in honor of America 250. On the WHOW Morning Show Tuesday, City Manager Taylor Baxter told the Hart Media Group that the Monday night City Council meeting started with the passing of a resolution that allows them to begin planning for America's 250th birthday this July 4th.
First thing on the agenda was a resolution, and this has kind of been a topic throughout DeWitt County, especially with Clinton and the county, and just the support of the Illinois America 250 commemoration. So the celebration, this is going to be America's 250th birthday. And we passed a resolution last night that just talked about Farmer City is going to be a part of that. So the Illinois Municipal League, which every single municipality in Illinois is a part of, they have a model resolution that you can pass as a city, and through that we get support through IML with graphics, marketing material, and so it's really just saying, hey, Farmer City is going to do something big this year, and we're going to be a part of the rest of the whoever else participates in that. So more of just a declaration of where we know this is going to be a big deal, and we're going to try to do some cool things in Farmer City to help celebrate that.
Planning has already begun in Farmer City. Baxter indicates that while nothing is set in stone, they have been in discussion with the DeWitt County Development Council regarding funding for fireworks. He notes that there will also be a race at the Farmer City Raceway.
We have. It's been kind of behind the scenes. There's a couple rumors floating around of people interested in doing a parade because Farmer City hasn't done a 4th of July parade before, but just for this monumentous occasion, they wanted to start doing some of those things. So speaking of Kurt Holman, we've had some good conversations with him because he's been in talks with the county about the firework money and really making this an awesome show for the Farmer City residents. Because Kurt is also part of the Raceway Association, so he's on that board too. So the mayor and I were just talking yesterday with him on the phone just about what that might look like for this big celebration and allowing people into the track. And he was talking about how this is a really, really big day for them every year. So
they will have a race on the 4th, huh?
It sounds like it, yeah.
Cool.
People get a meet and greet, and I think he said it was $5 for people to get in, so super cheap. Yeah, you get to meet and greet the drivers. They do autographs and pictures, and it's sounds like a big deal. So
cool.
Yeah, we're really excited to just jump on the bandwagon and help celebrate America's 250th birthday.
Baxter says that the resolution is just the beginning, and now the real planning begins as he asks for community volunteers. Get news anytime at DeWittDailyNews.com.
I'm Ben Lowers, and I'm running for DeWitt County Sheriff. Like many of you, I'm an avid outdoorsman and shooting sports enthusiast. I grew up appreciating the traditions we share here in DeWitt County, and I understand the importance of our Second Amendment rights, not just as a law enforcement officer, but as a gun owner myself. As your sheriff, my oath is to the Constitution and to the people of DeWitt County. I will always stand against any attempt to seize the property of law-abiding gun owners or that infringe on your Second Amendment rights. I believe in responsible ownership, our local values, and protecting the rights of law-abiding citizens. I'm Ben Lowers, and I'm asking for your vote on March 17th.
Paid for by citizens to elect Ben Lowers.
This winter, your to-do list should include hot cocoa. And that's about it. No planning for repairs, no worrying about upkeep, and absolutely no hassle. Because winters in Illinois can be unforgiving with cutting winds, fast falling snow, and driveways that are never quite clear. But at Hickory Point Garden Homes, snow removal, icy driveways, and winter wear and tear are already handled. So you're not braving the cold just to get out the door. If you're ready for a winter that feels easier, see Hickory Point Garden Homes by scheduling a tour today. Click on their icon at DeWittDailyNews.com today.
From the Hart Media Group Sports Desk, IL Sports Wire, and DeWittDailyNews.com, I'm Ben Hubbard with this local sports report. In high school boys basketball sectional semifinal scores from Tuesday night, in Class 1A, the 2-seeded Tremont beat 9th seed Illini Bluffs 49-34. While top-seeded Leroy beat the 6th seed Champaign St. Thomas More 59-51. And the 3-seed Altamont upset 1-seed Tuscola 61-58. In Class 2A, top-seeded Teutopolis beat the 2-seed Warrensburg Latham 40-39. While the 1-seed Quincy Notre Dame beat the 2-seed Roxana 59-47. And top-seeded Peoria Manual took down second-seeded Riverdale 66-42. In Class 3A, first-seeded Decatur MacArthur beat the 2-seed Champaign Centennial 85-63. And in Class 4A, third-seeded Richwoods upset top-seeded Normal Community 68-67. In high school boys basketball sectional semifinal matchups for tonight, in Class 1A, top-seeded DMAC takes on the 2-seed Brimfield at Monmouth United at 6 p.m., while top-seeded Decatur Unity plays the 3-seed Ridgeview at Danville Schlarman at 7 p.m. In Class 2A, the 1-seed Tolono Unity takes on 3rd-seed Fairfield at Monticello at 6:30 p.m., while top-seeded Staunton plays the 3rd-seed Rochester at Pleasant Plains at 7 p.m. In Class 3A, top-seeded Normal U High takes on 3-seed Springfield at Mahomet Seymour at 7 p.m. Andrei Stojakovic had 21 points and 12 rebounds off the bench to lead the number 11 Fighting Illini to an 80-54 victory over Oregon on Tuesday night. David Mirkovic added 19 points and 7 rebounds, and Keaton Wagler had 11 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists for the Illini, who improved to 23-7 and 14-5 in the Big Ten. They scored 40 bench points to Oregon's 14. Illinois is a win away from a triple bye and a berth in the quarterfinals next week at the Big Ten tournament. A Wisconsin loss in one of its 2 remaining conference games also would get the Illini into the quarterfinals. Nate Biddle had 15 points, and Kwame Evans Jr. scored 13 for Oregon in its first trip to Champaign. They fall to 11-19 and 4-15 in the Big Ten. The Ducks, who were 5 for 29 on threes, are 0 for 8 versus top 25 teams and 0 for 10 when an opponent scores 80 or more points. Illinois led Oregon 41-21 at halftime, thanks mainly to a 21-0 run that erased an early 9-3 deficit. Oregon was 0 for 12 from the field during the 6-minute and 25-second stretch. The Ducks closed within 13 points early in the second half, but the Illini went on a 15-0 run that put them in front 63-37. Illinois beat Oregon 109-77 last season in Eugene. The 32-point margin of victory remains the largest ever by a road team against a top 10 team. Oregon hosts Washington on Saturday, while Illinois is at Maryland on Sunday. The Illinois State baseball program fell to Southern Indiana 12-5 Tuesday evening at USI Baseball Field. The Redbirds jumped out to a 4-run lead in the opening frame after junior Graham Mastros drove in junior Luke Stulga on an infield single to open Illinois State's scoring in the inning. Senior transfer and former Screaming Eagle Cannon Coakley added to the Redbirds' lead with a bases-clearing RBI double to push Illinois State to 4-0. In the bottom half of the first inning, Southern Indiana used a trio of hits and a pair of walks to score 5 runs to claim its first lead in the contest at 5-4. In the third, the Redbirds responded as graduate Camden Karchewski drove in sophomore Eric Machej on a sacrifice fly to even the score at 5-5. Following a leadoff double in the fourth inning, Southern Indiana drove in a run to retake the lead at 6-5. The Screaming Eagles added another run in the bottom of the fifth to make the score 7-5. In the seventh, Southern Indiana added to their lead with 5 runs in the frame to grow its lead to 12-5. Jared McCain scored 20 points, Isaiah Joe added 19, and the Oklahoma City Thunder, playing without star Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, beat the Chicago Bulls 116-108 on Tuesday night. The defending NBA champion Thunder held out Gilgeous-Alexander to manage an abdominal strain that sidelined him for most of the last month. But even without the reigning MVP, they had more than enough to win for the 6th time in 7 games. They lead the Western Conference at 48-15. McCain made 4 3-pointers. Aaron Wiggins scored 18 points, and Jalen Williams had 17 points and 16 rebounds. Cason Wallace had 17 points, and Chet Holmgren added 12 points and 11 rebounds. Colin Sexton scored 20 points for Chicago, including a 3 in the closing minute that cut it to 112-106. But the Bulls got back to losing after stopping an 11-game skid with a lopsided win over Milwaukee on Sunday. Gershon Yabusele had a season-high 18 points and 12 rebounds for his third double-double in 11 games since a trade deadline deal with New York. The 6'8", 283-pound Frenchman made 4 three-pointers. Josh Giddey just missed his 9th triple-double and second in 2 games with 14 points, 9 rebounds, and 9 assists. Mattis Buzelis scored 11 points before limping to the locker room near the end of the third quarter. He rolled his ankle when he stepped on Williams' foot and did not return to the game. The Thunder trailed 60-59 early in the third when Holmgren dunked to start a 14-3 run. They outscored Chicago 8-2 over the final 3 minutes of the quarter, including a 3 by McCain to take an 87-76 lead to the fourth. The Thunder are at New York on Wednesday night, while the Bulls are at Phoenix on Thursday night. Mark Sheffley scored at 2 minutes and 6 seconds of overtime to lift the Winnipeg Jets to a 3-2 victory over the Chicago Blackhawks on Tuesday night. Cole Perfetti forced the extra frame for Winnipeg, tying the game at 2-2 with just 38.6 seconds remaining in regulation. Dylan Sandberg, who assisted on Sheffley's winner, also scored in the first period for the Jets, who went to overtime in the 4th consecutive game. Teuvo Teravainen and Ryan Green scored for Chicago. Connor Bedard picked up 2 assists. Connor Hellebuck made 18 saves for the victory. Spencer Knight stopped 29 shots for the Blackhawks. The Jets pulled Hellebuck for the extra attacker and netted the equalizer when Perfetti buried the late chance. The goal validated a second-period line shuffle that had Perfetti placed on a line with Adam Lowry and Gabriel Velarde. By forcing the extra frame, the Jets went to overtime for the 4th consecutive game. It was a crucial late push to grab 2 points as they kicked off a critical 8-game homestand. Chicago's special teams continued to be a primary driver of the squad's offense with Teravainen's first-period goal. The Blackhawks now have a power play goal in 4 consecutive games. Winnipeg picked up its 7th straight home victory after Chicago and improved to 4-10 in overtime games this season. The Blackhawks will play host to Vancouver on Friday, while the Jets host Tampa Bay on Thursday. Chicago Bears Pro Bowl center Drew Dalman is retiring after 5 seasons. The 27-year-old Dalman played a big role in solidifying the interior of the offensive line after signing a $42 million 3-year contract last March. He made his first Pro Bowl after spending his first 4 seasons in Atlanta and helped Chicago win the NFC North at 11-6. The only Bears player to participate in every offensive snap, Dalman was a key figure in the transformation of the line. The Bears also traded for All-Pro left guard Joe Thuney, signed guard Jonah Jackson, and drafted Ozzie Trapillo, who emerged as the starting left tackle during the season. With Dalman retiring and Trapillo expected to miss most of next season after tearing the patellar tendon in his left knee in the wildcard win against Green Bay, Chicago has 2 big holes on the offensive line. The NFL's free agent negotiating period begins Monday, and players can begin signing on March 11th. The Bears are looking to build on a breakthrough season after their first year under head coach Ben Johnson. They won the NFC North for the first time since 2018 and advanced in the playoffs for the first time in 15 years by beating the Packers before losing to the LA Rams in overtime. In scores from around the NHL last night, the New Jersey Devils beat the Florida Panthers 5-1, while the Buffalo Sabres took down the Las Vegas Golden Knights 3-2. The Columbus Blue Jackets beat the Nashville Predators 3-2, and the Boston Bruins took down the Pittsburgh Penguins 2-1. The Utah Mammoth beat the Washington Capitals 3-2, while the Dallas Stars romped the Calgary Flames 6-1. The Edmonton Oilers beat the Ottawa Senators 5-4 in overtime, while Minnesota Wild took down the Tampa Bay Lightning 5-1. The Colorado Avalanche beat the Anaheim Ducks 5-1, and in a very high-scoring game, the San Jose Sharks beat the Montreal Canadiens 7-5. In scores from NCAA men's basketball action last night, 23-ranked Tennessee beat South Carolina 78-59, while Georgia upset the 16th-ranked Bama 98-88. 17-ranked UNC beat Clemson 67-63, while number 18 St. John's beat Georgetown 72-69. Texas Christian University upset number 10 Texas Tech 73-65, while number 19 Miami at Ohio beat Toledo 74-72. Number 13 Virginia beat Wake Forest 75-70, while the 5th-ranked Florida beat Mississippi State 108-74. Arizona State upset 14th-ranked Kansas 70-60, while number 24 Vanderbilt beat Ole Miss 89-86 in overtime. UCLA upset the Big Ten opponent, number 9th-ranked Nebraska 72-52. In NBA scores from last night, the Charlotte Hornets beat the Dallas Mavericks 117-90, while the Cleveland Cavaliers beat the Detroit Pistons 113-109. The Orlando Magic beat the Washington Wizards 126-109, while the Miami Heat took down the Brooklyn Nets 124-98. The New York Knicks beat the Toronto Raptors 111-95, while the Minnesota Timberwolves took down the Memphis Grizzlies 117-110. The San Antonio Spurs romped the Philadelphia 76ers 131-91, and the LA Lakers beat the New Orleans Pelicans 110-101. The Phoenix Suns beat out the Sacramento Kings 114-103. Get highlights of your local high school programs by finding IL SportsWire on your preferred social media platforms.